Hi Bases, this is your learning session for this week. We're just going to have a look at Bristol Hoe, and then we're going to have a look at Into the Great Wide Open, the verse 3 and verse 4. So let's just have a look at Bristol Hoe, remembering that when the sopranos are singing the verses, you're accompanying, and when you're singing the verses, you're telling a story. And it might be worth just checking out the whole story that you're going to sing, the whole story of the song, such as it is, so that when you're singing your verse, you're kind of picking up the story, like handing over the baton from the sopranos. Okay? First of all, let's just remind ourselves of the basic shape of the verse and the chorus when you're accompanying, not when you're singing the verse, not when you're singing the tune. So you have 4 of these. Heave ho, heave ho, heave ho, heave ho, to row, heave ho, to row, and the Rule Britannia blowing up the deep. Is that okay? Just get clear on that. Let's do the verse again. Ho, heave ho, heave ho, heave ho, to row, heave ho, to row, and the Rule Britannia blowing up the deep with the Bristol hoe, to row, 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 folly, rolly, ride, olly day, with the Bristol hoe, to row, 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 folly, rolly, ride, olly day. Just make sure you're going down the right place in the chorus. Bounce up here. Folly, rolly, ride, olly day, with the Bristol hoe, to row, 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 folly, rolly, ride, olly day. Let's take a little look at your verse. Then up steps the skipper from down below, and looks aloft, lads, and looks alow. He looks alow and he looks aloft, and it's tighten up your ropes, lads, fore and aft. Okay, so it's slightly more difficult than it seems with the articulation when there's a lot of notes on one syllable. This is easy. Then up steps the skipper from down below, and looks aloft, lads, and looks alow. Looks alow. Slow down, sped up. Looks alow. He looks alow. And this is even more difficult. Looks aloft, looks aloft, looks aloft, and it's tighten up your ropes, that's fore and aft, with a Bristol hoe, to row, 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 folly, rolly, ride, olly day, Bristol hoe, to row, 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 folly, rolly, ride, olly day. Okay, and then just checking that the words you're singing in your verses, really tell the story. You're describing the captain appearing, verse 2, then up steps the skipper from down below, so see the skipper, see his, his hat, so to speak, it's a 18th century whaling ship or whatever it is, yeah, and then probably not whaling coming from Bristol, mind you, we didn't have much whaling going from Bristol, it would have been Scotland, he said, digressing. And looks aloft, lads, and looks alow. So you can maybe, imagine, again, you're telling the story, you're trying to invoke this image. He looks alow and he looks aloft. So he looks up, he looks down, then he looks down again and looks up. So something's wrong. And he realises, and it's, in inverted commas, tighten up your ropes, lads, fore and aft. So give a sense of calling. And then maybe when you're also doing the 4th verse, while it's we poor seamen are up on decks with the blasted rain sliding down our chilly necks, quite hard to say. In this, you're also in inverted commas, but you've changed your roles. You're not being the captain shouting anymore. You're being one of the able seamen complaining about the captain. So we want to hear a real complaint going on there. Okay, so that's just a little tickle, just to take you to the end of the learning of Bristol Hoe. Let's recap Into the Great Wide Open. It's quite easy for you, again, because it's tune, but coming into the intro into verse 3 and 4, you've got that kind of once upon a time, oh once upon a time, once upon a time, oh once upon a time. So it's very much a bass line, and you can enjoy being wide-throated, smiley, quite American. Once upon a time, oh once upon a time, once upon a time, oh once upon a time. Then you're tuning it. The papers always said he played from the heart. He got an agent and a roadie named Bart. What's the song about? It's about this dude who, you know, comes to the big city, can't do anything, learns a few chords on the guitar, and suddenly is nearly catapulted to fame. So this is in the big moments where he's about to find true fame. You know, which star do you know who just had one hit? It's the one-hit wonder, isn't it? It's Peter Cetera and Where Do You Go To, My Lovely, or Ralph McTell and Streets of London. Whoops, I know he's done other things, but yeah. The papers always said, I don't suppose Ralph McTell has had quite the cocaine lifestyle of not Eddie Reardon, but whoever this guy is, Eddie, he's called Eddie. The papers always said he played from the heart. He got an agent and a roadie named Bart. That's ridiculous. They made a record and it went in the charts. The sky was the limit, limit, limit. So you step off the wagon of being the storyteller and you kind of become the ensemble. Sky was the limit, limit, limit. And then you're back into it again. His leather jacket had chains that would jingle. They both met movie stars, partied and mingled. And you can enjoy the ridiculousness of the kind of stress pattern of that language. It's wrong, but it's fun. His leather jacket had chains that would jingle. Normally you say jingle, but here you're saying jingle. They made both movie stars and partied and mingled. Their A&R man said, I don't hear a single. So that little rising up is really quite operatic. Don't hear a single, don't hear a single, I don't hear a single. And then he falls from grace. You're so wide open. That's it really. Let's just do once through that with the recording, just to check you're on message. I reckon you are. We're just going to go from probably the very end of chorus 1. You're so wide open. Sorry, got that wrong. This is the place, sorry. Just so wide open. Where's your note? Once upon a time. Same shape. Now change role. Tell the story. He got an agent and a roadie named Bob. He got a record, it went in the charts. With everyone. Tell me. Opera. Don't hear a single. Don't hear a single. Back. So wide open. Just so wide open. Just so wide open. Into the great wide open. Good. In the great wide open. You know what you're doing with this song, but just it's nice to just finesse a little bit, bring that back to consciousness. realise you are in the art of telling the story of the song, maybe try and follow the story through in verse 1 and 2. All right, Basses, nice to see you. Wish I was with you, but anyway, we'll get there. And yes, see you back in the main room now.